Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Vanessa Dunn, Guyton, and I am the proud founder and executive director of Hush No More. Hush No More supports survivors when they're ready to come forward to share their story, to get resources, or just to have somebody listen to. We also provide free training in our community, different churches, youth organizations, and we have free counseling and different events and activities throughout the year. So you have joined Hush No More Champions, and I am truly honored that you're here with us because this is a place where we talk to advocates and different survivors and nonprofit organizations about what they're doing in our community and how they are making a difference. So I have with me tonight the beautiful Pele Hunkin. Welcome, Pele.
I should say talofa to your amazing audience.
I love it. I love it. So what does that mean? Hello?
Talofa is hello in my Samoan language. I am a proud Samoan and a proud Pacific Islander, yes.
And absolutely beautiful. I love your flower. Like, I'm upset because I don't have a flower to put in my hair so that we can match.
That's okay, honey. I have one for you when you get back.
You have one for me because I need a flower because it is so cute and it adds to you. And congratulations. I want everybody to know that you were recognized for all of the hard work that you do in our community. Right. So can you tell us about the award that you just received?
The award I received was a Pacific Islander Volunteer of the Year award. It's an award of a humble servant, and that I am. I volunteer my service to whomever, and I give, because May, last month was Pacific AAPI Heritage Month, and I was really thankful for that moment that I was given to share why am I proud to be a Pacific Islander. But then I had to ask them, I understand that, but then I want to say that I am proud to be a Samoan. I love representing my beautiful island of Samoa, and I owe that to my parents and my grandparents. I was very proud, to say that I am that because I get to honor the sacrifices that my parents and my grandparents, have made for me to live the blessed life that I am living on US soil as a Pacific Islander. And, I had shared that that evening when I received that award is not just Pacific Islanders. And I believe that, everyone ought to, appreciate and honor the sacrifices that their ancestors have made for them in order for them to live the life they are living.
I love it. Congratulations. I am so proud of you.
Thank
I think
you.
an award that recognizes your service, your volunteer work is priceless. Like that pays in so many ways, just with your heart and your soul and your spirit. And that's why I'm really inspired by you. And I love Pele Inspire. I'm so excited that you're just here with us to share about your journey and how you inspire others and how you inspire yourself. A lot of times we don't inspire ourselves. We don't pour into ourselves. So I
Right.
to share that how you did it to give some people some ideas. Right. So tell us about Pele now. Who is Pele?
Oh my goodness. Well, in anything and all that I do, I always, want to give God all the honor, praise, and glory. And the reason why I always do that, and it doesn't matter what platform I speak on, is because, I would have never made it through this far in life, if it wasn't for God's love, mercy, and grace. And I will always be the first one to say that I'm not a churchgoer, but I am a believer, because of all that I have been through and all that God has seen me through. And, I'm grateful. And so, with that being said, I just want to once again, I want to say Talofa, which is hello in my Samoan language, to your amazing community. And I not only want to give God, the honor, praise, and glory, I want to thank you, because who's to say that would want to have me on your show? And I am honored. I'm very humbled, honored and truly blessed, to be here, to be a blessing to your community. And I am as proud as you are of me, I am proud of you, and I look up to you. I think I am older than you, right?
I don't know. We both look so good. Age doesn't even matter, right? We look so good, and we're in such a great place. So when you feel good, you look young.
Girl, when I always say, it's God's grace, because I am 47, about to be 48, and I am thankful for God's grace.
Okay, so you are older. You are older. I am 46, so you are a little older.
So I am older than you, girl.
And we learn from each other. And so I think that is important. That is so important, and just kindred spirits. And so I love that
Yes,
about you. So
yes.
tell us about you, because this is not about me, Pele. Don't make it about me. I'm so honored that you.
Girl, you know me. I don't even,
It's about
and that's why I
you.
always say,
This is your moment. So do not put it back on me. And I know that that's the woman that you are. It's never about you, right? But what I realize is that when we're doing God's work, when we're doing great things, it's important that we share what we do, what we've been through, because it encourages other people.
I
So look
know,
at it from that point. It's not bragging. It's not, you
I
know,
know. So, Vanessa, let me take it back then, because you trying to
no.
put me in my place, right? So, okay, so Pele, I still want to talk about you, but anyway. So, the thing with me is that I never like to talk about me. And when I'm ever put in a spot, it's never about me. I never want to feel that way, because I always believe that when I've accepted the call, and my calling was, to be an inspiration to the world, to be an inspiration to others. And I just don't like to talk about me, because like I said, in so many times, I will always say that it's just never about me. So, with that being said, Pele is a short form of my full name, Fa'apepele. Fa'apepele is my grandmother's name. I was named after my grandmother. She was a very, very loving person, and she raised me. I am from the beautiful island of Samoa. I was born in American Samoa, but I was raised by my grandparents in Western Samoa. And that's why I am very proud to always represent my beautiful island of Samoa, because I get to honor their sacrifices. And, I don't have my grandparents, and I don't have my parents, with me right now. And I will talk about that later on, in our show, about, parents and everything. But Pele means sweetheart in my Samoan language. And that I am. If you know me, yes, I am. Unless you cross me, though. But I'm a very humble person. Um, I love people, and I know that's why me and Vanessa connected, and not only, with the Hush No More, but with the Rediscover Me community. And I am just truly blessed to be connected with just amazing, people that God has placed, in my life. And so, um, once again, I don't want to talk much about uh, me, because this is not about me. I want to share what God has, placed in my heart, and what I have been through, because I want people to know that, you know, they they own their life, that they are, the author, that they are the star, that they are the woman or the man of their life. And that's what I just want to share, today. And Vanessa, like, I cannot even thank you enough, for this amazing opportunity that you have blessed me with to be a blessing to the world. And what was our topic was, how can we inspire ourselves,
For
you
ourselves.
know, and to inspire the world, at the same time. So yeah.
So I know you're nervous, and because it really is hard for you to share about yourself, but I'm always amazed about what you've overcame. And it's really a blessing. And so that's where I want to start. I want to start with you about what has God done in your life? What has God brought you through?
Oh, wow. I love that question. Like right now, I don't know where to start, but this is where I can start. So I left Samoa in 1994, and me, um, my parents, I'm from a big family. So I'm from a family of 13 siblings, to include myself. And so at the time, my parents have 7 biological kids, 2 girls and 5 boys. And then I don't know what my parents were thinking, but they took in a whole lot more, and that came up to 13. And so out of 13 of us, I was the only one that joined the military. I was the only one that my father was always telling my siblings that although I have all these children, I only have but one hero. And then I told my father, I said, "No, Daddy, I'm your hero."
I'm the
And
shero.
yeah, I am the hero. And so, out of 13 of us, I am very grateful. I love the bond that we have. I love what I was brought up with. And I was brought up with love, respect, and faith. Love is alofa in Samoan, respect is fa'aloalo, and faith is fa'atuatua. And that's what I was brought up in my life. And so, I was grateful for all that. And what God has brought me through is that when I left home, I joined the military, and then I met the love of my life. And I think this is the second time I will get to, to share this story. So my eldest brother, Ulysses Hunkin, and he passed, at the age of 25, with brain tumor. And so I got to meet his best friend, and his best friend became, the father of my children. And I always had to tell myself that, you know, maybe I carried on their friendship, right? And so, with that being said, to make the long story short, we were married for 8 years before, God had called him. We have 3 beautiful children, and he followed me to Iraq. At the time, I was serving the military, and he followed me, to be closer to me at the time. And that's what I want to share with people. Love is a special thing. When love places a special part in your life, that no matter what you go through in life, you will always have to, think about what God has, placed in your life. And so with mine, when we were married, for 8 great years, and then he got injured in Iraq. And when he got injured in Iraq, he was in a coma for 6 months. And for those 6 months, I had prayed for a miracle. I had prayed for a miracle for him to wake up, from that coma. But then, you know, my ways and my wanting, my needs, wasn't God's calling. So God has called him, within those 6 months. And then at that moment, I instantly became a widow. I instantly became a single parent. And not to mention that I was already a full time mother, a full time student, and a full time soldier. And so that's when I just want to say that we have to believe, you know, what God has for us is for us, because, it's not that what we want in life is what God has in place, for us. And everything that we go through is all on God's timing. And so, that's why I want to say, when you ask me what has God has brought me through, that's what God had brought me through. God has brought me through all that, from losing a husband, right? And then 10 years after, I lost my husband, I never thought that I would ever find love again. I never thought in a million years that I would be married again. But then, 10 years after that, I did. I found love. So I thought at the time, I found love. I was able, to love again. And I want to share with, those who have lost a loved one. It is very possible. It is possible that you can love again. It is possible for you, to find that soulmate, because I did. And I am speaking from experience. I did find all that, but then after I got remarried, 10 years and everything, you know, things just didn't happen the way I thought it was, because, last year, I finalized my divorce. I went through a very painful divorce. And I just want to, say that what God has for us, we just don't know. But we just have to accept the fact that you have to understand and to know your why. You have, when life is throwing you that curveball, I just want you to know that it's up to you. You are the one that has to handle that. We have to handle it how we want to, but I don't want you to be bitter about it. I want you to come out of that and be better, be the better version of yourself, with all that you go through in life, because in general, we all go through different challenges. We all go through different circumstances, in life. But we, as human beings, we, have to figure out what we really want in life. And I want, if you are in, this chat, in this, you know, um, conversation right now, I want you to share with me in this chat box, what is your why in life? That's what I want to ask you, because I want to share you what my why is.
I, I,
I want you to type in that comment, box, what their
wow.
why is in life.
And I'll share it too so that we can see it. But
Sure.
love, a lot of people in my community are not in love, or they've been hurt during love. They've been traumatized, they've been abused, they've been in really bad relationships. And so love escapes. But you believe in love, and you lost love and found love again, and then you lost it again. And so I want people to be encouraged. But how did you get to your why? Like, how did you inspire, while people are typing that? How did you get to that point that you can encourage somebody else, knowing all that you've been through? How did you get to that?
Oh my goodness. I love that question. Thank you for asking me that, Vanessa. So, with all that I was going through in life, right? So, I went from losing children's father, losing the love of my life, to losing my father, to losing my mother-in-law. I love that woman. I will always cherish and honor the times I had, with my mother-in-law. Then I lost my mother. And then just last year, I almost lost my only son, right? From all that. And then I went through separation, I went through a divorce. And so here's what I want to tell anyone who is going through a divorce, anyone who is going through separation right now. And I'm telling you this because I am speaking from experience, because I am speaking from what God has placed in my life. And so the thing is this, right? When we get married, we all know what we go through and everything. But I'm speaking for me. When my ex walked out of my life, I said to myself, I had to find myself. But then with my journey, I had to tell myself, girl, I said I had to create myself. I had to create who Pele really is. I had to know who Pele really is. And with everything that I was going through in life, the pain that I was going through in life, it led me to my purpose and it got me to my passion, and it allowed me to have that passion in life, to accept my calling. And my calling is this: to be an inspiration in people's lives, to be that person, to make a difference in people's lives today. And so with that being said, that's what I wanted to share, with your audience today, that no matter what you go through in life, no matter what life is throwing at you, you just have to know your why, because my why is in life are my children. My children are my blessings. They are my life and they are my everything. And I want you to know that when your why is so big, when your why is so strong, let me tell you something: the how is irrelevant, because your why should be so strong. Your why, it should be that push for you to work hard at what you do. And if you know, or anyone that's in this chat know who I am, that's why I push so hard. I work so hard for what I do in this life, because my why is that strong, because my why is so big. You know why? Because I am the sole parent surviving, and I am the sole provider for my children. And
So
I want you to know that you are not alone. Yes, I want the audience to know that they're not alone. We are all in this together.
for me, when I hear you speak, I realize that your why starts with other people and not within yourself. Right. And I think that motivates. So for me, my why is to help other people. That kind of helps me going. But it took me a minute to get there. It took me a minute to get to the place to understand my why. I've had different professions, jobs,
Right.
different fields, and not knowing my why. But your joy is an indication of, you're walking in your why, that this is where you're supposed to be, that this is what you're doing it for. And I love that. I do have a comment about my why. Vito My why
That's
is
that's my brother,
it's your brother.
my sister-in-law. Yes.
So your brother says, so it must be your
No, that's my
sister too.
sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law,
She
okay.
was diagnosed with cancer.
So yeah, then so your second chance is to live my life pleasing to God, telling the world about Jesus, to love my children and grandchildren with all of me and telling them who Jesus is. That is phenomenal. And I'm so glad, Vito, that you had the chance to actually have this again. How do you feel about when somebody tell you they have a second chance at life, Pele?
Oh man. And because, that's my sister-in-law. I don't really call her my sister-in-law. That is my sister. Look, she don't really took me there. So
Oh,
so we have a close, you know, we are very close. And Pi, I just want to tell you thank you. She has always been an inspiration in my life as well.
girl, look at
Girl,
you crying little tears of joy. You gonna make me cry.
no, because
You have
you know
tears of joy.
I know it is. And, because I am very, very proud of her, and if you can even follow her journey as well, with her cancer. And that's why I am just very emotional, because I believe that, what God has for us and what God has, have done in our lives. And let me tell you, my sister, I don't call her my sister-in-law. My sister has been through a lot, and she has been battling cancer, for so long. And I am so proud of her. And, God willing, we are having a family reunion in a week or two. And I get to see them, I get to see her, and I get to really, Pi, I get to really, you know, hug you and just tell you I love you and how much I really appreciate you for being a special part in my journey. And I love you so much. Girl, I should never, or maybe I should have blocked you when you seen that I was going to be, online, because you have got me so emotional up in here, up in here.
But I think part of inspiring others is having people around you as well that can inspire you and pour back into you. And it sounds like that's who
Yeah,
she is in your life. Our community is so important. I don't have anybody in my circle that has any negative energy. Like if you can't inspire me, you can't pour into me,
right.
you can't be in my space. Right. So
You know
that's
what we
a
can say,
blessing.
sis? We can say, bye, Felicia.
Why? Because you just can't be here with me, right? I'm telling you,
Right.
I need people around me that are encouraging. And that is important. That is how we inspire others, and others should inspire us. It goes around. So, but you still pretty with your tears of joy. I call those butterfly
Oh,
tears.
girl. Look, so this is what I want to talk about. When you talk about joy, right? I think 3-4 months ago, I was asked. Somebody asked me, Pele, you know, why do you always smile? Why is it that you seem so happy when you've been through a lot in life? And so my reply was this: man, if I can tell you what joy really is all about. And he was like, what do you mean? I said, it is called an unspeakable joy. I said, it is that joy where you can't even explain. I said, the reason why I say that is because I've been through a lot. I know what I've been through, right? But then God has placed that joy in my life. See, happy, when we say happy, happiness is surface, right? And I always believe that joy is from within. It's from within your heart, from within your soul, that you are just, you're just happy.
You're just happy.
So,
Well, you can't explain it. You can't explain why you're just happy. Like, because you move on from the trauma, you move on from the negative things that's going on in your life, and you find that good space.
yes. And so, that's why I love, okay, hold on, let me read what
And my wife,
my one
in the midst
midst
of
of
my
my
struggles,
struggles was to be a blessing to other women that were going through a divorce and mental abuse. I found my purpose in being a blessing to others, in trying to help them overcome the pain and shame associated with being divorced. Even though it hurt me, God began to bless and heal me as I help others. Oh my gosh. Sister, let me tell you something. I am with you. And I say this because when I was going through my divorce, and that's why I want to share that, with anyone who is going through this divorce, because initially, the thing that you and me, well, I'm going to speak for myself. The first thing I had to do was I had to stop blaming, right? Because in general, people always like to blame, oh, it was his fault, it was my fault. But with me, I personally blame myself. And I say this because, in my journey, I am transparent and I am authentic and true to my walk. And that's what I want people to know. When you are authentically you with your walk, in your journey, can't nobody tell you what you can and cannot do. And I speak that for myself. So when I was going through my divorce, uh, you know, when I was going through it, I was blaming myself. And the reason why I was blaming myself, because, when we were having issues and stuff, and so, you know, alcohol was my solution, you know. And when I say I'm transparent with my walk, I am. And so that initially I did, but then I have so many spiritual mothers. And so one of my spiritual mother that I love to, anime, and so she pulled me to the side. She said, I better not even hear you say that again. So anyway, to make the long story short, that was my fault, right? I mean, that was initially I was blaming myself. And to make the long story short, I want you to know, stop blaming. Stop pointing fingers. Don't blame yourself. Don't blame him. Don't blame whatever. You know what? We just have to believe that it is what it is, right? And so that's why I had to tell myself that, okay, this didn't happen this way, although this is what I really wanted to, to happen, for me to love this person, to grow old with this person. But you know what? That's not what happened, right? Because we got a divorce. So anyway, so stop blaming yourself. And then
yeah,
the second thing I want to share with you is the power of forgiveness. I had to forgive myself, right? I had to forgive him, and then I had to forgive us. And let me share this with you. When I started that forgiveness, and that's why I speak heavily in almost every platform I speak on about the power of forgiveness. It's amazing. You know why? Because forgiveness is a gift. The reason why I say forgiveness is a gift, because not everyone can forgive. And I want you to know that when you forgive, it's not for that person, right? It is for your sake. It is because you deserve that peace in your life. It is because you deserve that peace in your mind and in your heart. And let me tell y'all something. When I forgave myself, and when I forgave my ex, and when I forgave us, I was overwhelmed with God's blessings. I didn't know where to turn with all that God has blessed me with to this very day. Because when you give God the honor, when you give God the glory, and when you give God the praise for what He has brought and seen you through, You will be amazed. Like to this very day, at this moment that I am speaking to you, I am speechless with what God is doing in my life. And I want you to forgive. It doesn't have to be a divorce. It doesn't have, families fight, families, whatever, friendship and all that. Forgive. When you forgive, you will be amazed with what God is doing in your life. What you say, sis?
So I think people blame themselves a lot, and I always say you have to be gentle with yourself. You cannot blame yourself. You have to
Right.
remove that in order to move forward. And forgiveness truly is. I didn't understand forgiveness was for me until I did it and released it. But when we have shows on forgiveness, I can tell you that people really have a problem with the topic. They don't like forgiving. They rather hold on to the guilt, the shame, the embarrassment, and the hate. And so they have a hard time forgiving. But when you release all of those emotions,
Ooh,
you can move on to
girl, I
the
be
next
like,
level.
ooh.
So Tanisha has a comment.
My why is because I have been through so much in life, and what the enemy meant to do to me and to take me out, God turned it around and allowed me to be my purpose, and my purpose is to help some men and women and children. Oh, bring it on, girl. I am so proud of you, Pele Hunkin and Vanessa. Oh, that purple is beautiful. Tanisha, you know we love you, girl.
So Tanisha has just wrote a book. I'm very proud of her, and she shared
Yes.
her purpose, going from the pain that she's been through. And so that's part of inspiring others. When we write books, right? When we share our story, when we encourage other people, those are things that we do to inspire. And it makes us feel so good. When you start focusing on other people, it gives you this energy, it gives you this boost. And so I'm so proud of you, Tanisha, and everybody else that's on this platform that has worked hard to try to get to that next level. Now, some of you are stuck and you're in a bad place, but I wanted us to talk about inspiration because there is light on the other side. You got to have hope. You got to have that. And you got to see people who've been through all of that to get to that next level. So it's important.
Yes, it is. And so, so the thing with how can we inspire ourselves, right? And so, like I said, I always want to speak from experience. I always want to, share about myself. So, I'm going to share this with y'all as yesterday with me and Vanessa. So today, I don't think I would have been here. But so yesterday, was my mother's second year anniversary since she passed. And so Vanessa had reached out to me, if I'm up, for today and everything. And you know what? Here's what I want to tell y'all. Always when you believe in yourself, and when you have faith in God, when you have that unwavering faith in all that you go through, right? You will listen. You will hear the right answer. So yesterday it was like a challenge to me. I didn't want to do anything. I was cherishing that moment. I was down that memory lane, with my mother. And then initially, I said to myself, I don't think I can do, you know, the live tomorrow. But then I had to ask God, like, okay, so you had took my passion, you had took my, my passion to this platform like you had for the Pele Inspired show. So please let me know what I really want to do. 30 minutes later, I texted Sis Vanessa and I said, Sis, I got this. You know, having this conversation with you and inspiring others will be okay. And so that's why I want you to know, I want your audience to know when people pour into you, like how Vanessa had poured into me, and how the rediscover me, how the power voice, how everyone who has been a part of my journey poured into me. And I want you to know you need to pour into those people, because you know why? Time that those people have put in for you, they can never get that back. And that's why I am so thankful for my parents, especially my mom. My mom always tell us, when somebody give you time, when somebody make time for you, make time for them, because time is something that we can never get back. Time can never be bought. And that's what I want you to know. If you are in this conversation right now, I just want to tell you thank you for tuning in. And I just want you to share this, because it may not be, for everyone else. But then when just that one soul has been touched with this conversation, when that one soul has said to themselves, he or she, can say to themselves, this life had made a difference in my life. Guess what? That's what the purpose of all this. And that's why I am so thankful for Sister Vanessa, for her journey, for her purpose of what she is doing with the Hush No More show. I am so grateful. I am forever thankful for all the great people that God has placed in my life. And today, I am thankful that she had given me to this golden opportunity to be a blessing to you, to be a blessing to every soul that has, heard us conversate about what God has done for us, and what we can do to help one another. And let me tell you something. When we work together as a team, when we come together as one peace, one love, one family. I believe that we all can make a difference, in this life. And I want you to know that today, tonight, I want you to go look in the mirror. Look at yourself, and I want you to be inspired by the person in the mirror, and that person is you.
That God created special. I am really in this place that we're all different. We all come from different backgrounds. We all have different smiles. We all have different looks, complexion. We're all beautiful. We're all special. We're all in this
Right,
special place together. And I think it's important for us to acknowledge that it is your responsibility to encourage yourself. It is
right.
your responsibility to pour into yourself. And so I think that's important for us to share how we did it and why we did it and what is our why, and why we continue doing the work that we do, because you have to do it for yourself. You got to put in the work. I tell everybody that you got to put in the work. It's up to you.
And what that song say? Work, 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 work.
And that's it. I may have to pick that up as my theme song. I'm like, when you go to counseling, you're putting in the work. When you go into therapy, you're putting in the work. So it's up to you to get to the next level in life. You could sit around sad and hurt and broken if you want to, but I'll tell you, it feels really good to be in a better place and to be able to smile and have that joy of knowing that you've moved on from all of the bull crap that's been going on in your life. That's what I call it crap.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
what
you
it
are absolutely right.
is.
And and the thing with us is that, you have to believe in yourself. And, in general, people, people tend to worry about what people say, what people think, and all that. Let me be the one to tell you this. You are who you say you are. And you are who God says you are. Because, like my mentor, Les Brown said, what people think and what people say, it is none of your business. You know, you shouldn't think and you should not worry about what people think and what people say about you. You do not. And that's why I am so grateful for my mom. My mom had raised us to never try to get validation from anyone, because that's why I am who I am, because I am who I say I am, and I am who God says I am. So what people think and what people say, that's none of Pele's business. And you should do the same thing, because I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to know that you are more than a conqueror, that you are the author. You know what? You are the star of your life. But you have to be the one to tell yourself that. Don't ever wait for any man, don't ever wait for any woman to tell you that about yourself. Know who you are and believe who you are. And like I always tell you, I am not a churchgoer. I'm just a believer, because I know what God has brought me through. And let me tell you something. I am a living proof of what God can do for you. Because if God did it for me, I know good and well He will do it for you. But like Sister Vanessa said it too, you have to put in that work. We don't get, blessings just to be getting blessings. We have to put in that work. And let me tell you something else that I love to say. Always have a humble heart. Be that servant with a humble heart who loves no matter what color they are. I don't care. Blue, green, purple, red, whatever, yellow, because I rock yellow, girl. I pop that yellow out. But let me tell y'all something. It doesn't matter where we come from. It doesn't matter who we are. I just want you to have that humble heart, a servant, who loves no matter what. And I want you to do whatever you do it from the kindness of your heart. Don't do it because you want people to acknowledge what you do. And if anyone who is on here know me better than that, I hate to be acknowledged, because I was brought up by my mom and my grandmother and my family. As long as God knows, and the person that you have saved and have loved on, as long as they know what you did for them and God sees it all, that's all that matters. Everybody else, it doesn't matter. Because when you love, you should have no boundaries of the love that you have, because God has no boundaries of His love for us. And I just want you to know that I love all of you. And Sister Vanessa, I know our time is coming up, and we can go on a whole nother hour, but I am grateful. And I want people to know that the pain that you go through in life, it's okay. That pain teaches us, that pain, gives us that experience in life to be grateful in all circumstances. And that's why I wanted to share with you too. Be grateful for every circumstances. It doesn't matter all the challenges, all the trials and tribulations that you go through in life. Be grateful. Have an attitude of gratitude, because when you do, it'll take you a long way in life.
I love it. Thank you, Pele. That is so important. And I always say if we had more love and kindness going around the world, we wouldn't have all the trauma and the problems that we have. So
Right.
sharing love is very important. And that's part of inspiring and loving yourself, and encouraging yourself. So thank you for that. Can you tell people how
Look,
to?
I want to share something.
Mhm.
Hey, hold on. I want to share about. I am here in Columbia, South Carolina, and I wanted to share about the Pele Inspire show. So the Pele Inspire show, I became the founder of Pele Inspire when I became um, a mentee of Les Brown. Les Brown is Papa Les Brown. He is the godfather of all, motivational speakers. And I just want to say that I am very grateful to this man, you know. But how I came about all that was Sister Yashika Mack. And so, because she has introduced me to this Power Voice family, and at a very crucial time of my life when I was going through a separation and a painful divorce, and to be a mentee of Les Brown, and everything, I was just so grateful. And so the Pele Inspire show, because our time is like very, crucial right now. Pele, it, like I mentioned earlier, in my Samoan language, means sweetheart, and that I am. And so inspire, I got that word from my mother, because she was a very inspirational woman who had raised all 13 of us to be an inspiration to the world. And so I was like, wow. So when I completed the course, the 7-week course for Les Brown's course to be a motivational speaker, and I was like, wow, why can't I be the one to carry on my mom's legacy? And so I met Mr. Kenneth Brown, a minister through Sister Vanessa Mota, and I was like, wow, God has placed all these people in my life. And then, I got to meet the producer of, the Just Because We Care, who is hosting the Pele Inspire show. And right now, I am just so, so grateful. I'm thankful that I am on my way to my third episode of the Pele Inspire show. And I want you to know that the Pele Inspire show, my main purpose of the Pele Inspire show is to make a difference in your life. Making a difference in our community and making a difference in the world. And so the Pele Inspire show, I believe that God seen my heart, God seen my passion and my love for people. And God took my passion to this platform, to a TV show. And believe it or not, I've been dealing with a whole lot of craziness with everything. But then at the time, I had to ask myself, are you attached, to your passion and your purpose in life, or are you attached to distractions, that people bring into your life? So I chose to be attached to my passion and my purpose in life, and to continue on, with the call that I have accepted, to be an inspiration to the world. And so I just want everyone to know that the Pele Inspire show is not about me. I made it to be about the guests on the show. And so the stories of the guests on the show, we are to inspire, we are to empower, and we are to motivate and educate our community, because my main goal of this entire show is for all of us to come together as one, and for us to make a difference and to make our community and the world a better place. And that's why I am so grateful, and I am thankful, to Mr. Samuel Pugh, who is the producer and the CEO of Just Because We Care, and the amazing, Terrence Clayton, who is the host of the Just Because We Care, and everyone who is a part of my journey. I just want to say thank you, to my family, to my brother, and everyone. I'm grateful to every
Look,
single one.
I know you're so grateful, but we were winding down town. So what I really want you to do is tell us how they can see the Pele Inspire show. What station is it on and what time? That's important, Pele.
Okay, so the Pele Inspire show is aired on Watch Fox 57 on local channel. But guess what? So for Father's Day, I have a very special show dedicated to all the amazing fathers out there that will be aired on Watch Fox 57 on June 20th, at 11 o'clock in the morning. And guess what? It'll be the first time the Pele Inspire show will be aired in Atlanta. I think it'll be Watch Fox 5 or Fox 5. I'm not sure, but it will be aired. And check me out on Pele Hunkin, my personal page on Facebook, Pele Inspire, my business page, Pele Inspire on Instagram, PeleInspire.com, on my page. And I just want to tell you, thank you for tuning in. And I want you to be a blessing to someone every day that you are living. And the main thing that I love for everyone to do is always tell your loved ones, I love you. You know why? Because that's how I was brought up. My mom always said, you better say I love you to me right now, because when I die, I won't hear you say you love me and I can't say it back to you. So it is very important for you to, make amends with your family right now. Now is the time to love on your parents. I don't have my parents. I want you to just love on yours. Now is the time to just love on them. Make every moment count with your loved ones. Tomorrow is never promised to any one of us. And I want to say, I love all of you. Sister Vanessa, I can't thank you enough. And I love you. Thank you for this amazing opportunity you have blessed me with, to be a blessing to your audience, to be a blessing to the world. And I am grateful.
You are welcome, beautiful. I thank you for joining us. You are so inspiring. You have such amazing, amazing things to say, such a joy, and I love it. I love it. And I'm truly honored that you joined us and that you pushed through, even though yesterday was the anniversary of your mom's passing. You inspired us by just showing up. You came
Thank
through.
you.
I'm very proud of you and honored. So thank you. For those who are joining us, remember that we will be here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Hush No More Champions. If you would like to be a guest, please contact us so that you can be a guest on the show. You can also go to our website at www.hushnomore.org. Click on podcast and apply. Send us your information so we can add you to the lineup. Also, we are looking for poets at this time. If you have written poetry about any of the hush topics, please, please go to our website and submit your poetry, because we are publishing our first book that will be released out in October. We would love for you to be in the book as well. And we also have art therapy every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. So join us. 7 p.m. Oh, please don't come at 7:30. You'll be late. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is art therapy. You don't have to be able to draw. Just join us, because we love to love on you and you can love on us. And so thank you all for joining us. You can call us anytime at 1-888-285-2161. Reach out to us. We will love to support you in the way that we can. Thank you once again, Pele. Peace and blessings to you all. And
No,
enjoy
thank
the word.
you.
All right.